We're live. Here it is. Okay. Everything's different today. Nobody panic. It's all fancy and different. I made us a streaming overlay
Why? Why?
because I
Okay,
thought it would be fun. Because you told me to make the social banner, which has
I
just
did.
gone up. Yeah. So that got
Yeah.
played with our music. And then I was having too
Told
much fun. So then I'm like, I could just continue with this theme and make like a stream overlay. So now we've got like some of our contact info on little banners above our head.
Sure, why not? I have a cat.
I may also have a cat at some point. We'll see. Oh yeah, I'm at
Check
my
your
sibling's
food bowl.
place today, which is why the background is wildly different and why I might suddenly have a cat.
I'm in my living room.
I think your background looks a lot better than the blank wall behind me.
Well, it's more that the office, while the desk is now built, the new computer desk is built. The computer is not on the desk, and the room looks like a tornado has run through it. But my living room is finally put to rights, so we're just going to be in here this week.
That's just fine.
That's how it works when you make major changes in your apartment.
I'm just gonna mess with my sound for a second.
Okay, you sound
I'm
fine
gonna
to me,
get
but
yeah. Well, you've got a different. There we go. I set up all my sound utilities with the onboard laptop microphone, which is
uh,
not the microphone I'm currently using. So I just had to turn things up a little bit.
that's fair. Ma'am, you're not dying. There's food in your food bowl.
So hello to everybody in chat. Hello, Linda and Asa and Nikki and Lisa, Knitting Purple,
Ooh,
Raspberry, Sandy, and
hello.
Aaron. Aaron says your trees in the
Hello.
living room look wonderful. Sandy says
Yes.
it's raining in Queensville.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
It's raining here
Guys, I
too.
like rain. I like rain. I like overcast weather. I like cool temperatures. I like snow. I like winter. I am not a fan of bright sunny days. I'm just not. I'm just not.
We're having a lovely rainy day here in Toronto. There's going to be a house concert later, which is why I'm at my sibling's house right now, because in order to make it in time for the house concert, I just had to already be here. So we
Yeah,
got here last night.
yeah, yeah. Which is totally fair.
So everything's weird and different. Ah!
You'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm good. I was very concerned setting up all the software for this. Because it's a laptop I don't normally stream on, right? But we got
It is
here.
true.
We got here. I suppose we should
And
actually do an episode.
are you ready? I need an episode number. I don't know what number we are. I never keep track of the numbers, guys.
We're 350 today. A nice round
350?
350. Yeah.
Lovely. All right. In which case, shall we get this party started?
Get this party started, y'all.
Started? Oh, God. Guys,
Yeah.
welcome to the Northern Knits podcast with two friends in fiber who knit, craft, crochet, and tuck everything in between. My name is Jocelyn, and my co-host is
Diana.
It's episode 350, and we're a week before Christmas, essentially. Essentially. Because if you think about it, our next live is Christmas Eve.
So it is.
It's pretty much a week till Christmas.
I mean, I did Christmas already and it hasn't really snowed and it just feels very un-Christmassy for me right now because I'm like, I did Christmas. It's done.
Yeah. Yule is this coming Thursday for me, so my holiday is very, very quickly approaching. So,
Happy Yule. Merry Yule. Happy
Merry Yule.
Merry Yule.
Merry Yule. Happy Yule sounds weird. It's Merry Yule.
I don't know. I've never wished somebody a Yule before, so I don't know if it's supposed to be merry or happy or something else.
I was talking to a buddy of mine and he's Jewish, and I was like, "How were your 8 crazy nights?" He's like, "Hanukkah was good." I'm like, "Okay, good."
I'm trying to get the thing I was going to work on.
I'm working on a cuff for a mitten that I'm apparently gifting either Saturday or Sunday this coming week. I don't know yet. We'll find out.
How far did I get on this?
Cool.
Okay, I'm sewing this side.
Sure.
I'm sewing the sleeve on the faux art cardigan.
I did have a cup of eggnog that I was drinking out of, but in light of loose quadrupeds,
Oh,
literally lying
did
right
she
down
stick a paw
beside
in
me.
it?
I put it up somewhere high out of both of our reaches so that I didn't have to worry about it.
Yeah,
But I'm drinking some holiday nog.
I had to
Sorry,
learn to keep a close eye on my coffee.
holiday festive beverage because it's not actually eggnog; it's
Oh,
pretend eggnog.
whatever.
Yeah. Later this
What?
week, I'm going to be making a mushroom lentil meatloaf. There's no meat in it, but it is a loaf.
Hang on. What is going on with this
Hang on.
stitch?
Do you know
There we
what
go.
you're doing?
Okay, that's better. I understand what's going on. I am drinking coffee. I don't know
Okay,
what kind of coffee. I was served coffee this morning and I was grateful.
that's fair.
In a very pleasing cup. I like this cup.
Good.
It's a
Well,
cheerful
I'm
mustard
glad
cup.
the drive to your brother's went well.
Yeah. I was gonna say uneventful. No, it was slightly eventful. The traffic was really bad for no apparent reason. And at some point somebody like swerved in front of me and then the entire lane stopped. So I went from 100 to 20 real fast. That
Yeah.
was that was a more event than I needed last night. A little too eventful.
No, thank you.
But we
No,
got
thank
here
you.
and everything's fine. And it took we got to the edge of Toronto and Google Maps is like, okay, now you're only an hour away. And we've already been driving for an hour at this point. Like, great, Toronto is an hour away from Toronto. That's
Yes.
delightful.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Love that
Toronto is very large.
Toronto is an hour away from Toronto.
Oh, see, now I'm picking up the sounds.
Oh yeah, if you catch sounds in the background, they're warming up for a house concert later. So there's just lovely cello music in the background, which, I didn't think anybody would be terribly upset about.
I don't see why. Just it's music. It's fine. We're not going to
I
pick up enough of it for it to be a problem for copyright, so it should be good.
Well, and it's a performance, so I don't think it would be a problem anyway. Oh my
I
god,
have
how does this
no
line up?
idea.
How
Never looked into it. Never, ever. I have 4 projects this week. Man, my fingers hurt. 4 projects this week. Phaedra,
um if we're
that's not helping.
let's see, I have how many did I bring? Two, and then um counting multiple mouse toys as the third project, I have three.
You have 3?
I have
Okay.
three. And I still have not been stitching this together correctly. What is wrong with me? I can't sew things together. What is this? Why is this so difficult?
Okay. I understand. Clear off the chair you want to use right now, even though there's a secondary chair using instead. That's not the point. The point is this is the chair you want. Okay, hang on.
Well, yeah. Move, human.
Do you understand your human is busy? No? Okay.
No.
That's great. I love you too. There you go. Because
Well,
what I
also,
wanted to do was reach off screen
also
for
says I will
everything I wanted
not
to talk.
be here for the next live. And Susanna has joined us.
Hey,
Hello,
Susanna.
Susanna.
Chair's free now. Chair's free now. My rocking chair's right beside me. I'm sitting on my coffee table. You said 3?
I have three, so I believe you go first.
I go
As I sit
first.
here undoing this work.
That's backwards, babe.
I know, but I didn't sew my squares aren't lining up and it would bother me, so
I have a
I have to
front
fix it.
panel.
A front panel. Ooh, we gotta hold that a whole lot closer.
A whole lot of front panel.
I'm gonna get real close because you're small in my screen. I love it. What is the front panel for? I'm gonna be the
I am
one
making
showing my forehead today.
I'm way over
I
there.
know,
Like
I know. I'm like, you're
way over
tiny.
there.
I gotta get close.
I know I don't even have a hope of seeing anything you hold up this week. It's fine. I can watch us later. I'm designing a crochet cardigan. So This is front panel 1. I need to make another front panel, and then I need to make a back panel, and then I need to make some sleeveys. Some sleeveys and some cuffs and stuff, and a neckband. You know, the huge. The huge. This is out of, because I've got 2 balls of that Pound of Love and red left.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm using that to make the cardigan.
Just been struggling to thread this needle for like the last minute and
So
a
good.
half.
So good. Anyway, there's no name. It has no design name yet, but it is a design. It fell out of my head. And now I'm gonna repeat for 3 more panels, 1 more front and a back panel. Then I can seam my shoulders together and figure out how I want my sleeves done.
Nice.
In pieces, I don't know, because it's a drop shoulder. Like, do I do it so that my fancy holes line up, or do I do it so that my fancy holes don't line up and stripe the way of the body? Basically, I need to decide if I want vertical or horizontal stripe. I just don't know yet. So for the moment, I don't know. Is there anything written down for this? No. Does it have a name? No. Also, no. Also, no.
Struggling so hard with this. Watch me get like 6 stitches done this entire time. Because you
Well,
know what? I just did the last 3 stitches exclusively into one panel, not through both panels, so I was not actually stitching the panels together.
Did she do all of that fuss just to leave me? Yes, she did.
Knitting Purple says, now chair is free, it is no longer wanted.
Exactly.
Oh, and Catherine says, good afternoon, everyone.
I give up, guys. It's just...
It's Cat. You can't win.
You just can't, not with Cat.
You can't. You call a draw at some point.
Call a draw and you let it go. I have 3 more things.
I guess I should talk about some things.
Absolutely. I'm going to go back to working on my cuff, because that's what I'm supposed to be working on.
I'm going to actually get a couple of stitches in here the way they're supposed to go.
To the chair!
Oh my God. This is just... Hang on. Hold that thought. I just want to get these 2 things actually stitched together. There, I've sewn together a whole waffle. I've sewn together a whole waffle this entire time. I brought the Four cardigan to work on. It's a free pattern by Crochet with Carrie. It's a giant crochet waffle cardigan. I have got the sleeves just sort of pinned on. Hang on. Let's see if I can hold this up correctly, because I've got the front and back panels sewn together. Okay, and then that's the back, and then oh, okay, this is big. This is a massive, massive cardigan. Here we go. I got it.
What part of I don't want to pet you do you not understand?
Okay, wait. Oh no, I'm gonna have to stand up.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's so big. I gotta stand up. Ta-da!
I know where my forearm cardigan is.
It's absolutely massive. And I'm trying to get the sleeves sewn on. I was hoping to have the sleeves sewn on before we started today, so that I could just go roundy, or I guess back and forth for the collar bit and call it a day.
Yes.
But no, that did not happen. Absolutely not.
There was some mouse toy creation occurring this morning.
Yes, I will talk about the mouse toys in a moment. But,
okay.
This is Briggs and Little, which Gilbert is sibling's cat. Gilbert has been desperately trying to get into that project bag.
For the sheepy yarn. I get you.
For the sheepy yarn.
Just the same way.
The forbidden spaghetti.
Yes. My 4 cardigan is currently lying on the other half of my bed for said monster to lie on, because I literally rearranged my entire living room on Friday and dismantled a couch with Aaron's help. And now I'm redoing the whole office to make the new computer table work.
I was very careful not to put this on the floor or any surface where the cat might go, because I knew I wasn't going to get it back. And I just have to be like, I promise you guys it's there. I swear.
I swear. So I put down one of the Briggs and Little mitts for her to nap on because I'm stressing her out a bit by changing her environment on her.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not gonna
we did a bunch of
stop changing
rearranging
it
here
on
this
her.
morning for the concert, and Cat's just like whip, 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 new smells.
Yes,
Ah.
stuff moved. Ugh.
Okay, now where's the side I
What's
was working on?
going
Is it this
on?
one?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yes, it is.
You've
Ah.
sewn together one whole square.
No. Also says I'm working on the librarian. How is everyone else doing on the little long?
I don't know, Dan.
Um,
How you doing on that little one?
well, I did not pack it, so
Okay.
that's how I'm doing on the little long. It
Great.
needs a couple more gauge swatches because I'm doing it on thinner yarn, so I'm just gonna use the stitch counts for bigger size.
Yeah,
So I'm doing it on thinner yarn,
that's
but it
fair.
means I need to gauge swatch at least once more to get a fabric that I like, so that the twisted
Okay.
stitch pattern actually shows up. Because if it's too
Which
loosey-goosey, it's just gonna be like, bleh. And that would just be disappointing, you know?
it would be.
So I need at least
I
one more
got
gauge
the
swatch before that happens.
I got the requisite 16 stitches over 4 inches on a 6 millimeter size needle. Because tension. I did tell Diana that I wasn't going to be casting on until we got closer to the middle of the month. I had a bunch of other stuff I had to get done first. That was all stuff I couldn't talk about because it's all design production stuff that is not ready to be talked about yet. And it's not
Mm-hmm.
fallen out of my brain like this crochet pullover cardigan is doing so nicely. So I have a cast on edge. And I was going to work on this last night. And then I decided for fun to really burn my fingers instead. So I did not work on this last night because I was going to do my ribbing last night. Because really, 2 inches of ribbing on a DK weight yarn on a 6 millimeter needle is not going to take me that long.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to take me that long. So I have my cast on edge. I double checked all of my numbers. And I'm doing this on the same needles that I used to get gauge because that's important. Show a little bit of difference. So I have an edge, and due to having to hold an ice pack with my fingers in a prayer position like this all night, because I absolutely birthed both of my hands from middle knuckle forward really good.
Good
Uh,
job. Good job.
I did not do my hem, so I'm gonna have to try to get my hem done tonight or tomorrow. Then I can do my steeking stitches because the cardigan is done on the round and then you steek it. So once I've got the ribbing done, I can cast on my steeking stitches, connect in the round, and start the body. So
Sewing is absolutely not happening. So you know what is happening? Because I've got my front and back panels together, I can do the front button thing,
yeah,
the unbutton
of course
band.
you
I
can.
can do that. That's what
Of
I
course you
can
can.
do right now because
That's what we can do now. Okay,
that's what I can do right now. Because apparently I
cool.
absolutely cannot make things line up.
Sure.
Let me just get a
I'm
crochet
using
hook.
some soon to be available. I don't have a date. Uh, non-superwash merino DK from Baron of Fireweed Fiber Co. I have no brain today. This was dyed to order for me, so I got the colorway Don't Speak Latin in front of the books, and it is wound up and ready to go. So I need to get Holland Keister. I still have some gift knitting to finish, which really pisses me off because I'm usually not gift knitting in December.
I
I'm
100%
fairly
failed.
strict about it most years. I am not a fan. I knew I wasn't going to be a fan, and we're here in December, and I'm gift knitting. I'm super not a fan.
Not a fan.
So thank heavens
I
we're done
super
gift giving
failed
as a
my bingo
family.
square that was get a gift knit done before December. Did not happen. 100% failed that square.
Well, I've been talking with my sister and my mom, and my niece is 18 next year, so we don't gift in the family. There are no gifts if there's no children. So I'm done. There are no more gift knits to do after this, unless I randomly feel like making something for someone. So it's the last push. Last push. So
Mhm.
I'm excited by that concept. Why right there, buddy?
Okay, here we go. I
Okay.
found the part of the instructions I need. Turn the cardigan right side out.
Which is good. It's
Does
your
that.
turn. Yeah, it's like, of course it's my turn.
Of course, it's my turn. What was I talking about? I was talking about mouse toys. Um,
Yes, you were.
I have some social media posts to actually demonstrate the mouse toys later because, of course, they got taken right away.
Uh-huh.
So Gilbert the cat
Is this that
is
weird little tube teardrop thing you make?
basically like tiny little footballs.
Yeah.
But I just like grab like a mini or like some leftover sock yarn or something, and the pattern is mouse airsats. It's a free pattern. Um, and it comes out to be a little football shape with little I-cord nose and an I-cord tail. Except Gilbert will eat the tail, so Gilbert doesn't get tails anymore. So he gets a little nub for a nose and a little nub for a tail, and that's it. Because otherwise he eats it. And then
My cat doesn't.
just Gilbert. Gilbert's special.
That's fair.
And then I stuff it with this 5-strand roving from a local farm. So it's not highly processed. It still smells sheepy to me. Therefore, the cat loves it. I left this sitting out on the couch and it was thoroughly claimed.
Oh yeah.
But I
Oh yeah.
also made a little, just like a crochet chain basically out of this roving stuff and threw that at the cat as a toy. And like, it's an okay toy, but the ones where I knit a little football and stuff it with this stuff are better for some reason, and I don't know why. I'm very curious about that. So
Don't ask
Gilbert's
me.
Gilbert's very meh about me normally. Like he like doesn't really care that I exist, but he's not offended by my existence. Um,
That's not a bad place to be for a cat.
no. But last night I produced a little mousy toy. And he was like,
Mm,
"What?" And he knew what it was right
yeah.
away. And he comes over and he's just like, suddenly we're best buds. He's rubbing his
Hmm.
face all over my hand and he just like snatches the thing right out of my hand and runs off. And he's just like, we're best friends. And then you saw me making another one this morning and he's all up in there trying to like, help. So suddenly I have this like very snuggly best friend because I make mousy toys.
Yeah.
So I have some cute video that I'll put up on Instagram later of the black cat playing with a dark blue mouse toy in a shadow. He was disinclined to come into the light, so I'm going to see what I can do to make the video a little brighter. But he's very enthusiastic about his mouse toys. So I can highly recommend the mouse airsats pattern.
My cat loves springs. Oh, sorry.
Springs are great. Never underestimate the power of a spring.
She loves her plastic springs.
Lisa
Yeah,
says,
I
I'm
have my
working
tangerines.
on the Onling? OEN-ling Advent shawl. It's a lovely
Oh,
weekly advent with part of the pattern delivered once a week. Nice. Well, that sounds very nice and chill for the holiday season.
absolutely.
I gotta find something to do with my advent calendar from last year.
There are several options.
There are, excuse me, oh my goodness, there are a great many options.
Aha.
Attach yarn to bottom right inner corner and single crochet all the way around. And then single crochet back loop all the way around.
While we're doing
Single
the live
crochet back
today,
loop.
I am
Awesome.
working on my sister's mitts. These are the midwinter mitts from one of my designs. I'm doing hers in purple and white in impeccable because I asked her if those colors were okay and she said yes.
Sweet.
So it'll be interesting because while we have the same length of hand, her hand is smaller than mine. So I can't put this on to check the sizing because I will stretch it out. So I
It's
am making the medium size for my sibling, but she's got the same length hand I do. She's just narrower than mine, so it will be interesting. I hope it works.
it's challenging to make mittens for people whose hands are not the size of your hand.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I am slowly making progress. I'll be at the thumb gusset here shortly. This is another thing that I was going to work on Friday, but I was too tired on Friday. I was too tired on Friday.
That's
I think
fair.
I crawled into bed at like 8 and slept till 8 the next morning.
Oh my goodness.
I was tired. Worked for Phaedra. She likes sleep-in days.
I like sleeping
Not.
days too.
She was pacing. I don't know for how long. She won't talk to me when she wants food. She just paces
Right. You should
around me in laps.
you should know that she's starving and
Hungry. Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. She wasn't. I made sure there was extra kibble in the bowl before I went to bed, so if I slept in, she could eat.
But the bottom of the bowl was visible, therefore starving.
Uh huh. Therefore, starving. Absolutely. So hopefully I get this done because I see my sibling either Friday or Saturday or Sunday. Not sure yet which. Saturday or Sunday I see them.
Ooh, my terrible
So hopefully I
pronunciation
can
has
get them.
been corrected. Susanna says
Really?
my sister's name is Ione, so it might be the
Ioni?
Ionling shawl, Advent shawl.
Maybe.
I knew my pronunciation was bad. I have learned something today. I didn't know an OE could be a. English is dumb. I didn't know OE could do that. Oh, Jude says you need a cardboard cutout of the hand.
I would have to get my sister to stay still long enough to do a cardboard cutout of her hand.
Well, yeah,
And then
but
I'd have to keep track of said cardboard cutout, which I will never do. I don't say people say the same thing about socks. Like I could knit gift socks, but I would just need a cardboard cutout of their foot. I'm like, I would lose it. Like even if we got around to actually putting one together, I would lose it. I know myself, guys. I know myself. It's just. But if I get measurements in inches, like for width and length and stuff, they stay in my head forever. But a physical thing, no, not a hope this settle last Tuesday. I will not be able to keep track of it. I'm the person who goes into the kitchen, opens up the cupboard door, and is delightfully surprised to discover I still have chocolate. Just it,
Hey,
not a thing.
whatever works. That sounds
Hmm.
like a delightful surprise.
It was for me because I burnt my fingers. That's unhappy. All right. Ooh, that's me. I guess it's me again, isn't it? You're out of things, yes?
Sorry, I'm just catching up on chat.
Oh, absolutely.
Inoni. Oh, sorry, I pronounced it. I still pronounced it wrong. Inoni. Lisa
I
says, I don't know the
cannot see the spelling.
pronunciation. I ordered it from Norway. It has an O with two dots, and the emails have the OE.
That works.
If it's Norwegian, it's probably an O with the slash through it that is translated to OE in English. I'm learning. Jude
Are
says, I
you
have a
happy
folder
about it?
in the pattern filing cabinet, feet, hands, sweater measurements. See, that sounds really smart and organized. That might be too
Oh,
organized for us.
well, yeah.
Might be altogether
Oh,
too
yeah.
much organization.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And it's always one of those things that I want updated measurements anyway because human bodies don't stay the same shape.
Hands don't dramatically change size, though.
No. I mean, bodies tend not to either, but I would still rather have updated measurements every time.
That's fair.
Because
Get
maybe
people to
the
mail you a
style of
cardboard cutout.
pretty much every time. Because the style of what you like is going to change. Maybe you liked baggy and now you like more fitted, so therefore, like the finish measurements that you want are different now.
True, true.
Yeah. So that's fine. I also generally don't craft that often for people who aren't literally my immediate family.
Also true.
And even them, it's really maybe once a year. Like if they see something that they like in my closet that I've made and it fits them, I'll happily gift it to them. But it's never been made for them. My niece being the exception because she likes baggy things because we're at the baggy teenager stage.
Mm-hmm.
So I just make things to fit me and they're baggy on her frame.
That works.
She's
And
going to
tall
outgrow
enough.
that stage shortly. So it won't work very quickly, but for the moment it still does. Whereas if I make things for my mom, we have the same shoulders. Like if it goes over my shoulders and my girls, it goes over my mom's shoulders. Fine. I just have to remember to make a shorter body because she's not the same height I am.
That makes sense.
Because she's not the same height I am. And the
Mm.
sleeves are always too long no matter what I do, so I give up.
Just make them elbow length on you.
Well, I make them to pattern length if it's for her, but again, it's the same way. Like I'll make something and it works and it's fine, but I don't find myself wearing it too much for one
Mhm,
reason or the other. Like with the worsted stuff, it's because I kept trying to make things in worsted weight for me, but it's too heavy. I won't wear it.
mhm.
My mom just took home sweaters with longer sleeves because it wasn't made for her, but it fit her fine otherwise. And she likes the worsted stuff. So cool. I'm on my fourth round, and then I have to start my thumb gusset.
Okay.
Are we caught up on chat? Are we ready for the last thing?
Oenone was a nymph in Greek mythology, the daughter of the river god Sebren, and the sister of the nymph Asterope slash Hesperia. I'm being so educated today. I also probably pronounced all of those wrong, and I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
Jude says, I can't work from digital patterns, so I need to be organized with my storage. That
That's
makes
fair.
sense. That makes total sense. I admire your organization.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was going through my closet the other day and I'm like, man, I really need to do that like live stream cleaning out my closet of all my mostly yarn crap. It needs to happen. It will happen.
Uh, it will happen.
It will happen. I don't know when,
Okay.
but I've been reminded how badly it needs to happen, so probably sooner rather than later.
The mittens are to go with the hat I finished.
Nice. Such a great looking hat. I love that. Very wintry.
So this is the midwinter hat, done again in the worsted and the impeccable and the purple and the white for my sibling for Christmas. Again, won't put it on my head because I made the size smaller because my sibling's head's a bit smaller than mine, and I don't want to stretch out her knit.
That makes sense.
This I timed it. I timed it.
Ooh. How long does that take?
So I only let myself work on this the one time when we were podcasting because I was doing some one by one. Otherwise, it was during news programs. So only when I was watching the news. So it took me 3 evenings during the news to get this done. So about 4 or 5 hours for the hat.
Well, that's not bad at all.
So I know they are a quick knit. Aha!
Aha.
Makes me feel better. So I'm gonna outside of the podcast today. It's the same for the mitten. Only when I'm listening to the news, so I can time how long it takes to do the pair of mittens.
I want to start doing that with stuff and time how long I actually spend on stuff.
Well,
Just,
I'm also not distracted as often as you are.
well, that too. So if I have the extra friction of, okay, I have to time this thing,
Because it's
I'll be a little more focused about it.
if I'm chatting with my mom, I'm still doing work knitting. If I'm watching the news, I'm still doing work knitting. I'm doing other things, like I'm very rarely at a point where I'm not knitting during the day if I'm sitting down. If I'm sitting down, I'm knitting. If I'm up in motion, I'm not, because I'm up in motion doing other things. But if I'm waiting on stuff or baking things or doing other things, anytime I've got a spare 2 minutes, I'm knitting.
Yeah, I
That's
don't.
how I get stuff done.
Knitting happens
Otherwise,
in my
no way.
office. Otherwise, I will lose it or the experimental part of the concert warm up has begun. It's very interesting. I didn't know cellos could make that sound.
Sure.
Um, what was I saying? If I take
Ready
my
for
if
thumb gussets.
I take my yarn around the house, I'll get it dirty or lose it or something. So it has landing pads. If it's not in, so like it's in one of three places. Actually, I guess that's really one of two places because in my bag used to be a place. It can be in the living room next to the couch. It can
Okay,
be
that's good.
on my desk in my office or like somewhere in my office. Or it when I went places like work and stuff and I'd bring knitting with me, then it could be in my bag. But in my bag is not usually a place that it can be anymore because I don't
I
usually
poked
go
you. What are you
places.
gonna do? Can you say hi to the internet? Hi, internet.
Hi, kitty. I'm surprised I haven't been bothered by the local monster.
Trying to see if that annoys her enough to make her go away. Nope. Okay, cool.
Nancy has joined
But
us as
that's
well.
it. That's what I've worked on this week. So
I
gonna
have
do the
one.
mittens in the evening when I listen to the news. I do mean listen, guys. Like I listen to the world at 6 on the radio, and then I listen to As It Happens sometimes, or at least the first half of As It Happens. Not often the second half of As It Happens. So I should get them ins done this week easy. Like it shouldn't be that big of a problem. Then my sister has her hat mittens like she wanted.
Nice.
My parents come down on Friday.
All right.
Thursday is the Yule, which is my Christmas, and the check-in with Louise. So I got a busy week. Ooh.
Yeah.
And I've got the boys on Wednesday for Magic. Actually, we're playing Fiasco, but
Meh.
we're gaming. I'm going to try to do 2x2 rib while we see what chat would like your word for the day to be.
All right.
Because if we're out of projects.
I got one more project. So chat has one more project to come up with my word of the day for the unscripted Patreon ad.
Excellent. Oh, cast on edge is tight.
All right. I have another sweater. If we remember Mr. Diana's Steinkrieger, I had to rip out the entire body because it was super not the right size. I have now reknit the entire body minus like maybe an inch, which is like 4 rounds, which is probably what I should have been doing this, but I'm saving that for the concert later. Yeah, so I've got an entire body. You can see from my progress keeper down here how much I've done since we last recorded, which is like more than doubled the size.
It's bulky. It goes so fast.
It goes so fast. I love.
So fast, you guys.
Oh, chaotic has been suggested. Ooh, and scrumptious. These are good words.
These are very good words.
I'm gonna have to work in all of these words, I think. I think that's how the game works.
Why are you right behind me?
I believe the yarn for this is Cascade Eco, the bulky weight yarn.
I think so.
100% wool. And it is the inverted colors from my Steinkrieger, which was white with gray color work. So this one's going to be gray with white color work. And now I just need to do one more inch on this, and then I need to rip out and redo the sleeves because those are also the wrong gauge. And it's a dramatically different gauge, so I can't just like keep going with the sleeves and make them a little bit longer. The gauge is dramatically different, so I have to pull them out so that they match the body.
Way off.
I was so off. I don't know how I managed to be that off. I don't know what series of decisions I made in my head that made it so wrong.
I mean, I got a good laugh out of it.
Yeah. So the Steinkrieger's coming along great. Ideally, that's actually done in time for Christmas so that I can give Mr. Diana a cute Christmas sweater and we can take cute Christmas pictures in our cute matching sweaters. And
insert just obligatory gag here.
Yeah, it's just sickeningly cute. Yeah.
Ugh.
I know.
I mean, do it because you guys are going to be adorable as all get out. But ugh.
I know.
You know I love you too. I also gross.
Oh yes. I will be thinking in the back of my head, how adorable do we need to make this in order to make Jocelyn
go,
God.
Ugh.
Blech.
Blech. I think her new goal is, can I get the reply of, ew, you two are gross.
How far do I need to go to make Jocelyn gag?
Not hard. It doesn't take much on the cutesy factor for me to go, oh dear Lord, no.
Okay, I guess it's time for unscripted Patreon ad. Oh, Erin was saying I'm the same way about losing parts of my knitting if it moves around too much. I've started keeping projects in baskets and I'll take the whole thing around with me. That's smart. I need to empty out my baskets so that I have them. I've been doing so well on finishing whips that I now have an entire basket of empty project bags.
Good.
So that's awesome. Love that. Now I just need to empty the other basket, which is my repair basket. And it's so many things that would take me like at most 20 minutes.
So what you're saying is that week between Christmas and the New Year is the get the repair basket tidied for 2024?
I'm saying for the next whip sprints, I'm doing repair basket.
Okay. Which is between Christmas and New Year's.
Yes. Get
Oh,
out.
good.
Right.
Ooh, did you decide what you're going to cast on Christmas Day?
Nope. I might do spinning. I might go for finishing the spin that I started last Christmas.
Ooh. I'm going to do a cast on Christmas Eve and a cast on Christmas Day.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Asa says you need to lay on your stomach in the snow and look at each other in the eyes.
That would make me gag.
Yeah.
I'm already rolling my eyeballs and it hasn't even happened.
Oh yes.
Guys, I'm
We will be
not by
sickeningly
nature a
cute.
mushy person. I'm not by nature a mushy person. It's just not my go-to.
All
She's
right.
finally given up. Are we gonna go check our food bowl? Nope, we're gonna stop halfway there.
Yeah.
Why? Why?
Because she can't look too eager about it.
Of course.
I'm
Did you say what word you're gonna use? I'm trying to count to 2 for 2x2 ribbing while I do this. Great. God, my fingers hurt.
trying to figure out if this is a corner or what. It is.
Oh man,
I got this. I got this. Hang on. I just need
you
to
got that?
stick a stitch right here and make it a nice corner. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so the words we got are chaotic and scrumptious.
Chaotically scrumptious.
Scrumptiously chaotic.
Also good. Also good.
Okay.
Talking and counting is hard.
It is. If you would like to financially support these shenanigans, you may do so at patreon.com/northernitspodcast. Any level of support gets you access to our patron-only Discord server, where we talk about all manner of things, from scrumptious food to chaotic pets and everything in between. And of course, yarn stuff. We always talk about yarn stuff. We're full of opinions. We always, if you need an opinion, we've got opinions
We've
in
got one.
droves. We've got at least 1.5 opinions at all times.
At all times, yes.
What else? We have YouTube memberships.
We
So for
do.
$2 a month, you get access to some extra chill gaming content to turn on in the background while if you need some company while you're crafting. Plus, there's emojis that you can use in the chat. There's there's our logo. There's the yarn ball from the logo, and then newly this week we have a Phaedra emoji, which I actually can't demonstrate because I am not logged in anywhere as the podcast. But that's a lie. I'm logged in on this computer as the podcast, but if I change screens to go do anything, the stream will
Don't do
die.
it.
So
Don't do it.
I can't do it. I mean,
Don't
I
do
guess I
it.
could log
Don't
in
do
on my
it.
phone, but yeah, I'm not gonna touch it. Anyway, there's a new Phaedra
We'll show you
emoji.
guys next week. We'll
Yeah,
show you next week.
it's very cute. I'm very proud of it. I spent too much time trying to figure out how to cut a cat out of a background. I'm very proud of this silly little thing.
You just wanted a good photo of my cat, so I'm obliged.
I hear cat sounds.
Ooh,
Is there anything else I need to talk about? Oh, yay, Asa's on it. Asa's got the things. Thank you,
gosh.
Asa. What else
Trying
do
to
I
do
need
that
to
too.
talk about?
You're good. I can take over if you need me to.
Okay, your turn.
As always, we super understand budgets are a real life thing. If you can't financially support us, liking, subscribing, and sharing content with us on other social media platforms is a great way to show us what you're working on. Instagram. We're going to revive the Ravelry group, so that we can talk about the mystery dialogue over there as well. So that's coming up. For us, primarily it's Instagram and YouTube. Primarily Instagram and YouTube.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just there's so many platforms. You got to pick some to focus on.
Oh yeah, yeah. And there are ones
Many.
that we go to. So that's going on. Well, the little long has begun.
We're doing
I've actually
such a
been
good
working on
job.
mine.
Yeah, I know. I looked at it and went, nah, not this week.
Nah, not this
Nah.
week. The fall equinox cal wraps up on Thursday. On the Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, we're both done. We're both done.
Weird.
We got done early, which is not normal.
Weird.
It's super not normal, guys. So we generally take a break till the spring equinox. So nothing happens from the winter solstice to the spring equinox. And then we start again with the spring equinox for seasonal craft with us. So hopefully I will have figured out what I want to do at that point. We shall see. Because holidays are a weird, wonderful, wacky time. Things that are upcoming have scheduled dates, barring any complications, and there really shouldn't be. This coming Saturday will be the Patreon e-knit-in. For all Patreon members who are $5 or more a month, we chill for a couple hours, and we knit and craft and chat. They are a delight. They're a highlight of my month. I really enjoy the Patreon e-knits.
Me too.
Always a good time. Always a good time. The last Saturday of the month, which is the Saturday after that, will be the sprints, whip sprints, which we do here on YouTube for free. You get to join us, and we go 4, sometimes 5 sprints. And for 25 minutes at a stretch, we try to help each other focus by not focusing and chatting.
Well, it's attempted focus, you know?
Yeah.
Timed work
It's
periods.
Time.
It
We
doesn't
are
have to be
still doing
crafting.
lives. Doesn't. It really doesn't. It could be cleaning, it could be cooking, like whatever it is you need it to be. We've got a few more lives left to go. We've got obviously today, we've got next Sunday, and then the Sunday after that.
I believe is New Year's Eve.
And then sadly, Jocelyn has to go back to editing.
Okay, I've started editing the bonus content. Oh yeah, we've got bonus content coming out. When are we releasing that? This week. It's done. When are we releasing that?
I don't know.
Is that tomorrow? Are we releasing that tomorrow? It's up for Patreon members. Are we releasing that to the public tomorrow?
Sure, we'll release it tomorrow. Guys, I'm not in charge of any of that.
Right.
I was like, oh. Dan's like, we should do bonus content. I'm like, I do not want to do any more additional editing. She's like, I'll edit. I'm like, okay. Now she knows why I don't want to take on extra editing.
Yep. Yeah, I do. I have fun.
What? What's the problem?
You're paying attention to the internet and not to her.
I pay attention to all sorts of stuff that isn't you.
Pay attention to me, mommy.
Oh, you guys. We've got secret crafting going on. I've got to check in with Louise on Thursday. It's mid-month motivation already.
Oh, that crept up quick.
I know. I crept up real bad. So that stuff's going on. I think that's it. We're getting ready. So New Year's Day, we're going to do the bingo card wrap up from last year and the start for the upcoming new year. So like we should probably, I'm going to take 5 seconds and go, if you wish to join, make a blank bingo card. You may choose to leave the bingo card blank till the 1st, when we'll show you our bingo cards, which will be done this year, Diana. Love, light of my life.
You mean you want me to actually like make a nice pretty one this year?
Could you
Not
actually
just like
do it
pencil
this year?
scratch?
Could you actually do it this year?
And then promise all year that I'm going to make it prettier and then never do?
Yes.
Whoa, that. You want me to follow through on something? I might be too tall in order.
2024 is year of change. Diana will have a proper bingo card. Guys, I live in hopes. I live on hopes and dreams and unicorn parts. Hopefully. Make your blank bingo card. Give yourself a free space in the middle, and it's a year-long challenge where you get to pick what value you give each of those squares. And then when you get a bingo, you treat yourself to something, whatever it is you've decided you're going to treat yourself to. I just like doing the bingo part to do the bingo part. I like crossing off the squares.
I treat
So it's fine.
myself to the internet cheering for me. That's my
Yes. That's a good treat. It's a good treat. We're going to put a bit of a twist on it this year for me and Diana, which we will explain on the first, which is why I would really like Diana to have a proper card this year.
okay. Oh right,
It's
yes, I
nothing.
remember.
It's your idea. I hope
I
you
know. I'm
remember.
like, what? It's a good thing I remember my own idea.
I got you, guys.
I'm the worst. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's a cue. That's a cue. I don't know. I don't know. But that's about the only thing I can think of that's upcoming real quick. Ooh, and the MCal cast on is on the 1st of January too. So
Oh
if you guys are
yeah.
joining us for the podcast anniversary this year, you're gonna want to pick up your info sheet of the Choose Your Own Adventure MCal. It's a shawl, guys. We told you it's a shawl. We're just not telling you the shape and what texture stitches you use. Diana and I have been working our way through the final edits for the paperwork in the background. It's our Tuesday meeting. Is I make changes and Diana goes, God, English.
Pretty much.
That's how our Tuesdays go right now. We're trying to get the last of the finishing and the last of the fancy words, the last of the frou-frou fluff stuff, like the last of the trimmings and the pictures and things all done. So we want to get those finished up hopefully in the next Tuesday or so. So it's good to go. It is going to run officially every week from the 1st of January to the 12th of February. Then there will be a 2-week lag period to get everything in. So you'll have 2 weeks after the Cal to finish it up because it is a Jocelyn-sized shawl in the Stephen West, Andrea Mallory Find Your Fade range. Like she's a big shawl.
It's a beefy shawl. It's
It's a
glorious.
beefy shawl. So like that last clue is time consuming. I just tell you right now, guys, it took a hot second for me to get through it. I love it. I wouldn't change it for the world, but I wanted to build in a bit of extra time just in case, life happened.
Not
That
everybody can
seemed
be
fair.
full-time knitting podcasters.
Not everyone can be full-time knitting podcasters. That seemed cruel and unusual. But I also didn't want to necessarily leave it open for so long that for people who do knit fast to have finished and forgotten by the time everything got wrapped up. So we had to sort of try to find that balance, right? So that's going on. Whew. Once we're done fine-tuning my English, I will be so happy. And the last of the photos go in, I will be so happy. It's the mystery MCal photos. So because it's an MCal, each of the clues has a different spoiler-free photo you can use. So like I had to go through and find photos to use.
I had to learn how to edit text on top of photos in a way where you can still read the text.
It's been a trick and it's been a treat. We've learned stuff.
It's been a learning experience.
Oh, I'll be on the bright side. I won't say I'll never do this again, but it'll be a while before I do this again because I've done 2 MCALs now, one each year, and they are a lot of work and a lot of stress. I think I want to take a year off.
That's fair. We can also do it as not an M and just a Cal.
We could do it just as just a Cal next podcast anniversary. I'd be okay discussing that next year for the year after. So grab it while it's free. Because of complication and tech gremlins, the pattern will remain free till the last update. So once the last update has been given, which will be the week after the 12th, I'll release the whole pattern in one piece. Then the pattern will be paid for.
Excellent. Bonus free pattern time.
That's how tech works for me. And that's just how we had to treat it. But otherwise, I think we're good. Otherwise,
I think that was probably all the stuff.
All the stuff. Did I forget anything? I don't think I forgot anything. I'm still making my way across this first row. My word, I am not a tiny human. Okay.
Oh, 2024 is a leap year, apparently.
I don't ever pay attention to that.
And Knitting Purple says, my bingo card is ready, but I haven't made it pretty. You're a step ahead of me.
I never bothered to make a bingo card till after Christmas. So like once all the family stuff is done, I'll sit down on like the 29th or 30th and just draw it out. It doesn't take long.
Sketched out some ideas,
20 minutes and done.
but it's
The bigger thing will be choosing what I fill my squares up with, and I like to sort of leave it out and think about it for a day.
I've been making a
Contemplate.
list.
Yes, you are. We just need to turn that list into a grid like it's supposed to be.
I know. I know.
Guys.
Lol.
Okay. Lol.
Lol.
If we're good, I'll do an outro.
Great. I guess we're good.
Are we good?
I think we're good.
I don't know what she's doing now. Guys, I'm worried about the cast.
I know,
I'm going
right?
to
The
say,
silence is worrying.
oh my god, it worries me so bad. I'm going to say until, what is it? No, I know how to do an outro. I'm
Do
tired.
you?
I'm tired and my fingers hurt so bad. Okay. Until next week, I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Diana.
And no matter where your week takes you, don't
Don't
forget to
forget to
knit.
knit.